Hello there and welcome. I'm Ole Brøgger, and if you're new here, I really hope I'll earn your subscription today. A while ago I made a video like this. I just bought the Townsfolk miniature pack from Dungeons & Lasers, and there's 62 miniatures in here, and I've still only painted the Scholar. And then I found this online. I really wanted this to begin with, but there's still some cool miniatures in here, and I'm definitely gonna use all of those. But this package is awesome. This is the NPC miniature pack, and I couldn't get it a while ago when I bought this, but now it was restocked, and I paid full price for it, about 50 euros. I just wanted this so bad. I think these box sets is awesome for even beginners that want to start the campaign with miniatures and just don't know how to get started and what do I need. And there's a great selection in here, and they have tons of opportunities. The worst part is you have to assemble everything and paint it. Let's have a quick look what's inside the box. I'm not gonna do a full unboxing on this, but just let's see what's inside. And then we're going to paint one of the miniatures. Okay, let's get a closer look at this box. First I will unwrap the cellophane. It has some awful reflections from the lights in my studio. Now we can see it better. I really like the simplified box art. I think it looks pretty nice. It has some very well painted miniatures here on the front of the box, and I really like the paint job they did on him. On the back side we can see what's inside the box. 68 models, and that's what I really like. You know what you're going to get in this box. Some of the miniatures has multiple of the same version, but that's totally fine. You can just paint them differently. Like here you have some undead. There's 2 of each of these models, and I think that's pretty okay. Now I just need to choose what I want to paint first. There's a lot of awesome models in this package, and I'm getting so inspired and I just want to paint all of them. This Mayor Bulbo here is quite a funny character, and I'm looking forward to paint him, but I don't think it will be today. And then we have the Executioner here. It could be so fun if there was a body next to this head and it was lying on the ground next to the goose here on the axe. That could be a cool setup. When I'm looking at miniatures, I'm getting very inspired of how they look and how can I fit them into my campaign. And what is their background story? My head is just starting to spin, and I think I will go with this female elf. I think she will fit perfectly into my campaign, and I already have a backstory for her. What I missed in my last video of these Dungeons & Lasers miniatures packs was there's actually a QR code here, and you can just scan it and get an assembly manual online. And there she is. She's number A1 to A5. Now I just need to find all the parts on the sprues. I found her right down here in the corner of the sprue. There's some numbers on the sprue that indicate what parts you're going to cut out. But here is only A1 to A4. I'll just cut them out and see if I can find A5 later. I used the sharpest side cutter I have, and I try to cut the sprue in the middle so I won't accidentally cut into the model. It is just easier to clean off the axis from the sprue after I have cut out the model. And there goes the first part. 4 more to go. And the last of the first 4 parts is out. Now I just need to find part number 5. And it's all the way here on the opposite side of the other parts. I wonder why they did that, but I think they have maybe a good explanation for that. Just to lay out all these parts in one sprue, and this was better for casting it. I really love all the different kinds of bases that comes with this package. There's something unique for each model. We just need to find the right one for the female elf, and it's right here. Now we just need to cut it out, pretty easy, and now we can assemble the model. Before I can assemble it, I will need to clean all the parts. It's easier to clean them before assembly, and it is easier to assemble the model because a lot of the sprue attachments is where the model is going together. I use my side cutter to roughly cut off all the excess from the sprue, and then I use an X-Acto knife to clean the rest of the parts. I use superglue on a stick to assemble the miniature. And then I use a squint of activator just to speed up the process. To hide all the seams and gaps, I use this green putty from Green Stuff World. It is very easy to work with. You just fill it in all the gaps, and then you can use a wet brush to smooth things out, and after 20 to 30 minutes you can file off the rest. Usually I use some power tack or blue tack, but this time I found some double adhesive pads from 3M, and they're 30mm wide and fit perfectly on top of my wooden dowel. And then the miniature will stay put on top of that, and I can start painting it. This miniature fits perfectly into my campaign, and while I'm painting it, I will tell the background story instead of telling how I will paint it. I primarily use all the new Fanatic paints to paint this model. First, I will prime it with black and give it a centerfold highlight with white. But now to the story of Isa Lokfar. Over 3,000 years ago, long before Isa Lokfar became the beacon of hope in the war against the evil necromancer Morpheus. She was a young elf with spirit as wild as the forest of her homeland, born in the elven enclave of Silverleaf, nested within the ancient Whispering Woods. Isa was the daughter of a renowned healer and skilled ranger, Argon Lokfar. From her parents, she inherited a profound connection to the natural world and mastery of the double-edged spear blade and longbow. Isa's childhood was one of harmony with nature, her days filled with lessons on the medical properties of herbs and secret paths through the forest. Yet, even as a child, she felt a pull towards a greater destiny. She would often venture to the edge of the woods, gazing out at the world beyond, a world she felt compelled to protect. As Isa grew, so did her powers. She became known among her people for her exceptional skills in archery and her innate ability to commune with the spirits of the forest. But it was the tales of the Paladins of Light, the Guardians of Light and Justice, that truly ignited the flame of purpose within her. When darkness began to spread across Nadia, Isa knew she would no longer remain in the safety of Silverleaf. She sought out the Paladins of Light, drawn by their unwavering commitment to fight against the encroaching shadows. Her journey was fraught with challenges, for the world outside the woods were perilous and unforgiving. Isa's resolve was tested time again and again, but her spirit was never broken. She aided those in need, fought against creatures of darkness, and proved her valor in countless skirmishes. Her actions did not go unnoticed. The Paladins of Light saw her in the heart of a true warrior. Upon reaching the Sanctuary of Light, stronghold of Paladins, Isa was welcomed with open arms. She was trained by the Order's most esteemed knights, learning the ways of combat and virtues of courage, compassion, and justice. Her affinity for healing and her skill with the double-edged spear and bow made her a unique addition to their ranks. Isa's introduction to the Paladins of Light marked the beginning of her legend. She rose swiftly through their ranks, her name becoming synonymous with hope and light itself. And when the time came to face Morpheus, it was Isa's purity of heart and unwavering faith that led to her defeat Morpheus and bring an end to the necromancer's reign. Thus, the tale of Isa Lockfar is one of a journey from the tranquil woods to the annals of history, a testament to the belief that even gentlest of spirits can change the world when called upon to do so. And the female elf became Isa. The selection in these boxes is just awesome. There's so many ideas, so much inspiration, and a lot of opportunities to make a great story for one of these characters. The store where I put down the order of this box is called KingGames. It's a Danish web store, and they have an awesome selection of miniatures and all you need for your hobby. They even sent me a small sample package of some children's toys, a jester, a bucket, and a couple of small dices. And this was just free of charge, and I really appreciate that. So thank you, KingGames. This is it for now. Hope you enjoyed, and if you think I earned it, please subscribe. Goodbye for now.